Welcome to Bio 310 Cell Biology online from Stony Brook University. This is an orientation video that will help you navigate the course as far as the Blackboard course that you'll be working with, so that you can spend more time learning the content and less time trying to find things on the Blackboard course itself. So watching this video will help you to navigate the course whether you've taken an online course or not. I'm Professor Joanne Souza. I'm to the right here in this picture. And this is Professor Susan Ertzer, who will be the faculty that will bring the lecture content to you. I'm the person who administers the course as far as being the director of the Biology Online program. However, both of us will get to know many of you very, very well, because the online environment is such that we hear from each one of you because of the engagement in the course that we're asking you to do. So we will get to know you, and it becomes much more of an interactive experience than some of the live lecture courses that some of you may have taken in the past. You also have an entire teaching team to help you not only navigate the course, but to learn the course content. There's Kristen Slovak, Michael Munez, Shruti Veswat, and Navad Nahan, who are all here to help you learn the content of this course and to answer any questions that you may have at any time during the next 8 weeks. The entire course is administered through the Blackboard system, so once you've logged on to the course, make sure that you always pay attention to the course announcements. Many times they will be emailed to you and they will keep you on track, and this is how we keep in contact with you on an everyday basis. If you pay attention to the left menu, I'm going to take you through each one of these in order so that you can see what information is on them, so that any time during the course of the semester you have a question, you know how to get your questions answered. So first is faculty information. If you click on that, you will see all information about Professor Ertzer and myself, how to reach us either through our office hours or to make an appointment with us, either through telephone, through email, or through in person if you happen to be near Stony Brook University. You will also see how to reach your teaching assistants in the class through email, so that you can make an appointment even to talk to any of them to help you learn the course content. Next, if you go to textbook information, you will see the textbook that we use for this class and how to purchase it from the university bookstore. We strongly advise that you do read the assigned readings in the textbook before you watch the lectures. That way you get a complete picture, and then when you watch the lectures, you can see exactly what the faculty member is concentrating on. Between the two, you're sure to learn the course content if you put in the effort. Next, you will see syllabus and course information. If you click on that, you will see the syllabus is there, and you will also see discussion board directions and the grading rubric. I'm going to start with the syllabus first. I'm not going to read the entire thing to you, but I will highlight some of the important points at this point, and then we strongly recommend that you do read the entire syllabus yourself. First, you'll see on page 1 in red, you will see that this is during Summer Session 2 Extended. You will see the dates. Starts June 26th through August 18th. There are 3 live in-person proctored exams that you must attend. These are the dates. Now, if you cannot, for some reason, make it to West Campus, we do offer the exams through approved remote test center sites, but all contact with me to arrange these remote test centers must be made by July 2nd. So make sure that I know by July 2nd what your intent is. Next, if you look at the course technical requirements, you will see that this is an asynchronous online course. Therefore, you do need an internet connection for the entire 8 weeks. So, for instance, if you're going to go on vacation and there's no internet connection wherever you will be, we strongly advise that you drop the course, because you do need an internet connection because it is an online course. Next, as far as grading, the 25% of your grade is what we consider the learning assets in this course, which is ways that we will help you learn the content. There are 64 quizzes overall and 8 extensive and comprehensive discussion board assignments that are due. There is a quiz 0, which has to do with the exam location. There are 4 points for that quiz, which are basically just a bonus for answering the questions. Exam 1 covers 25% of your grade, exam 2 another 25%, and exam 3 the third 25%. So altogether, between the 3 exams and all the learning assets, you have 100% of your grading. If you move further on down and you look at the letter grade assignment, we do have some basic letter grade assignments that are normally where this course ends up. However, what we do is we total your total points at the end of the semester and then decide whether it should be, the curve should be applied even further than what we have written here. You will never get below what we're telling you the percentages, but we may move the letter grade curve down so that you may be able to get less than that. So the curve always works in your favor, in other words. Next, at the end of the syllabus, you will see a course schedule. This is here to let you know what will be coming up and what's due so that you can leave the time allotted to complete the course. If you notice, the due dates are every Wednesday and Sunday and most weeks, so you can be expected to have to be online to submit these required assignments at least by the days that are written here. Next, how you will access the course each week. We strongly recommend, in fact is required, that you go into weekly assignments. Every week at the top will be the assignment that's due for that week. If you open the assignment, things work in sequential order. So in other words, you'll start at the top for assignment 1. If you open it, it will show you everything that's due for that particular week. If you notice, your chapters that you need to read are here, the lecture videos that you need to watch for the week are here, and the graded assignments due are outlined for you. We recommend strongly that you print this out, and as you go through and submit your assignments and do what you're supposed to do, cross them out so that you don't miss any assignment. For this first week, you'll see a lecture 0, which is the orientation video, and a required quiz that has to do with your exam location intentions. If you open it, you will see your assigned reading is the syllabus and the course information and the discussion board directions. Next, you'll, of course, this orientation video, which you're already watching. The last thing you'll do is go to quiz 0, which is your exam location quiz. You must complete this by Wednesday, June 28th. You can take this quiz as often as you like up until the due date, but your last score will count as your final one. You do get credit for answering each question, no matter what your answer is. You will see a grade of 0 when you're finished. Don't be concerned. Points for answering all questions will be awarded after the actual due date has passed. So if you click on it, you'll see how much time you have to take it. Again, it tells you the test allows multiple attempts and that you must submit it by the due date. You will press begin, and once you press begin, you will be able to see the quiz and then submit it. Again, the quiz initially will show 0 points. Don't be concerned. Answering all questions counts for 4 points. They're added as bonus points to your final discussion board grade at the end of the course. When you go back into the assignment, you will just sequentially go through each one of the folders that is shown here. So for lecture 1, for instance, you'll start there. You'll read your learning objectives. You'll click on the folder and open it. Once you open it, you'll see the assigned reading for that module. You will see exact directions 1 through 12 on exactly how you must proceed. So for example, now if I open Module 1A, you will see PowerPoint slides there that you can take notes on. If you print them out or if you keep them on your computer, you can easily write on the PowerPoints, write the notes for yourself as you're watching your lecture video. Next, if you go into the module for the video itself, if you click on it and for some reason, as you can see in red here, it doesn't work and you get a screen that looks like this, instead what we recommend is then you go into the Echo Center and you will see something that looks like this. You'll scroll down to the lecture video that it's telling you to, in this case lecture 1A, and you'll press play. And you'll be able to watch the video from there. You will see something that looks like this, that you acknowledge the copyright. Remember that these videos are copyrighted material and that you should not share them outside the course itself. After you've watched your video lecture, you will then go to your Module 1A quiz. And remember, do not open it until you're ready to take this quiz because it can only be opened once. Now, this particular quiz, if you notice, you have enough time to take it. It's an open book quiz. You can go back. Just make sure you do not close this screen because close the screen of the quiz, because if you do, you'll then be locked out because you'll have used up your time. So open another part of your browser. And if you want to go in and check anything, you can, but just make sure you do not close this quiz at any point. Each of these quizzes will be based on the content of the lecture video that you watched. However, they will have increasing levels of complexity questions within them. In other words, there'll be some questions that are basically just asking you to recall some facts and basic concepts. There will be others then will ask you to build on that knowledge and explain your ideas or your concepts. There'll be still others that are going to ask you to apply what you've learned to situations that you may not have seen in the lecture itself. And then there'll be some that are called what we call level 4 that are going to ask you to draw connections among these ideas, to differentiate, to relate some things, to contrast, distinguish. These are different levels of complexity, and you'll see that your quiz will have some questions of each in increasing complexity. Your discussion board assignments, on the other hand, will focus on the top 2 levels, which are evaluating, creating, which will be then questions that are much more difficult. But for the quizzes themselves, we will go for increasing levels of complexity from 1 to 4 here, from remembering to analyzing. When you're ready to take the quiz, you will click Begin. Remember, this quiz you can only take once. You will see something that looks like this. This is from a different course, so don't be concerned with the content that you see here. Once you've answered everything, you're going to press Save and Submit. Do not press Save All Answers, because if you do, you are not submitting the quiz. Make sure you press Save and Submit when you're done. If you'll also notice, you'll see 0 points for each. Do not be concerned about that. The points are added after everyone has completed the quiz and the due date is over. Once you're done, you'll see a screen that looks like this. You will press OK, and again, you'll see an attempted score 0 out of 0 points. Don't worry about it. After the quiz is completely done by everyone and the due date has passed, we will post an announcement letting you know when and how to access not only your grades, but the answers you chose on this quiz and the correct answers. Now again, we highly recommend that you take the quiz 24 hours prior to the actual due date, because sometimes there will be technological issues, like you may lose internet connection for whatever reason. This, if you do it early, it gives you time to at least let us know and for us to react prior to the due date. You'll email me, I'll fix the quiz for you, and then you can go back in. But if you wait until the last day, you're simply playing the odds, and you may lose those odds because we may not be able to fix it in time for you to go back in and take it again. So we strongly recommend that you set a deadline in your head so that you're not playing the odds to 24 hours prior to the actual due date. Now, when it comes time to make your discussion posts, what you'll see in the main course, you'll see something that says Group 1 or Group 2, depending on what group you're in, at the bottom of your menu. If you click on it, you'll see something that looks like this. If you click on the hyperlink, it will take you to a separate Blackboard course that has been embedded within the main course for your discussion group assignment. You can go to this group separate on your menu, your Blackboard menu. You don't need to go through the main course. You will see this course also on your menu on Blackboard. Either way is fine, whichever way you decide to go in. If you notice, you'll see a welcome announcement, and you'll see who your undergraduate TA is that will be helping you through this mentoring program as far as helping you to solve more complex questions. The first thing you'll do is to go into Group 1 discussions, or Group 2, depending on which group you're in. And you will see a forum at the top that is always the one that is due for that particular week. So you'll see week 1, if you notice, this is your introductory post. It's due by Wednesday the 28th. It's a bit different from the content posts, so I'm going to take you through how you will answer your first introductory post. The examples are right here, the directions are right here, right on the forum. So if you click on it, you will see a greeting from your undergraduate TA. I would open it and read it. When it comes time for you to post your introductory post, click on Create Thread. You will see the directions, and you'll post introduction post in the subject line, and then you will post in the actual box for the discussion post. You'll post your post. Do not attach a document instead of posting it in the box. If you attach a document with your post, everyone has to download it to the computer and read it. That will not happen. We cannot download posts to be graded. Students cannot download posts to be read. Therefore, make sure that your post is in the box itself. You can create it in a Word document and then copy and paste it into the box, which we recommend in case you lose internet connection. But make sure by the time you're done and you're ready to submit it, that any post is in the box itself and not a document. You will then press Submit. Again, make sure you don't press Save Draft, because if you save the draft and don't submit it, no one can see the post but you. We do not consider any post submitted that is only saved as a draft, since no one can see it and it's not part of the discussion. Make sure you press Submit. When it comes time to post your content discussion post, which will be from here on in after the introductory post is due, you will open the forum, and what you will see will approximately 5 to 6 questions on the different lectures. You only need to choose one to answer and to brainstorm with a group of your colleagues about the answers to these questions. Now, these are the Bloom scale that I showed you before. It is the upper level questions. So this will help you learn how to brainstorm together over a few days, according to the discussion board directions, on how do you approach a question of this level of complexity. So, if you open, say, for instance, one of the questions, you will see one of them here. This is one of the examples. When it comes time for you to start your brainstorming session, you will simply press Reply. These are the directions. I'm going to take you through them a little bit. You are expected to read them, but I want to make sure I make some clear points to you first. You will choose one question. And be sure to return to the discussion throughout the week to continue to contribute during the balance of the week, since this is a collaborative effort. You are graded individually based on your individual posts that are now helping other students in your collaborative efforts. However, you do need to come in more than once, read what other students have said, and continue to collaborate until you come to a decision on how to answer this question. So do plan on posting more than once to that same question. You'll receive 1 grade according to the grading rubric that is reflective of all your posts as an individual. Now you can subscribe to the thread on Blackboard so that you can see when others come in to help the collaborative effort, and then you can come back in after someone has posted. And how you will do that is if you hover over the top here, you will see something that says subscribe. If you click on subscribe, what will happen is anytime someone also subscribes to that particular question and posts something, you will get an email that tells you that someone responded with a link. So if you click on that link, it will take you back into the discussion board and you can continue and respond to them. Now, these are some examples of some of the things that you can do. Okay, you should be prepared to ask each other questions. In other words, if someone posts something that you're not quite sure you understand, it's not clear, or it's not clear to you, you can ask them politely to explain even more. You may not agree, and you don't have to agree. Remember, this is a brainstorming session. Don't be afraid to post your ideas. If you don't agree with something that someone says, say why, and suggest a possible alternative interpretation. Some of the things you should be doing is looking at how you should approach a question of this level of complexity. What would be the strategy? How could you break it down into what concepts or definitions or structures or processes that are needed to answer the question? Break it down to lower levels of learning on Bloom's scale. What do you need to know? What are the details that you need to know? And are there any exceptions to the rules that might be having to be taken into consideration to answer this particular question? Again, this is a brainstorming session. Come in more than once. Try to figure it out between all of you. Your undergraduate teaching assistant will be in there to help mentor you and to help guide you through the process. Once the week is over and your collaborative brainstorming sessions are over, you've been graded individually, we will post clarifications to each and every one of the questions that are on the discussion boards. Where you will find them is you'll see here exam study prep. If you open that, you will see the different midterms. For now, you will see midterm 1. If you open that folder, you will see something called discussion clarifications, and when you open it after the week is over and we post an announcement that they're available, you will see all the questions listed, and in red will be clarifications of each and every question, so that you will have these to complement your study efforts before exams. Also, on the main board, this is the main Blackboard course, you will see another discussion board that says administrative and content questions. Anytime any one of you has a question either about the administration of the course or content questions that may not necessarily be covered in the quizzes or not necessarily covered in the discussion boards, something you don't understand, or perhaps a quiz question after the quizzes are over and the correct answers come out, you may want more clarification of that quiz question. You can ask them using this menu item on the main Blackboard course. If you click on it, you'll see questions, administrative questions, that you can ask anything, and one of us will answer you within 24 hours. But we do ask that you do not post personal grading questions in these public forums. If it has to do with your individual grade that you received, for any of those grading questions, you should email me directly. Here's the email address instead of posting it on the administrative questions forum. If you have content questions, again, anything to having to do with content you didn't understand. An e-quiz question after the answers are out. You can post them here, and either Professor Erster, your graduate TA, or your undergraduate TAs will help you to clarify anything that you don't understand as far as content. Good luck in this course. The course moves very, very quickly, so please make sure that you stay on top of the due dates. Don't fall behind. It becomes very difficult to keep up if you fall behind. Reach out for help. There are plenty of people here to help you understand the content and to help you navigate the course. Don't wait until the course is over or until after you fall behind. Make sure that you reach out for help as soon as you feel even slightly confused. Faculty will answer you. You have teaching assistants and instructional support to help you. Make sure you meet the deadlines. They are hard and fast because the course moves so quickly. We cannot hold up turning out answers or anything from the rest of the students. So we do need to keep on moving, so the deadlines are hard and fast. And don't forget that the live exams are live. They're proctored. You can either take them on West Campus or remotely if you let me know, and we make the arrangements prior to the end of the first week.